So a lot of new subscribers lately, thanks to everybody that liked my previous video. It's insane. One video has like 6,000 likes, the other one has 50. Google. In this video I will be repairing the Numark NS7. Well, repairing, I will be changing the crossfaders. And don't do it. I'm doing this thing only as a favor, and this thing is a great piece of hardware. It really is, but it was made by an idiot, and you'll see why. You need to disassemble everything, every single piece, in order to change faders. So if you're not inclined into losing your brain, don't try this repair. You'll see why. So heavy. Second of all, every single screw ever made. So let's try to remove these 4 screws. These 4 and 2 more on each side. And it's 500 degrees, so I am sweating. I am sorry because of that, but yeah. And again, we only remove this thing, and we are already 6 screws down. So yeah. And now every single screw in here, and another 6 screws in here. This is perfect. And after that, you'll see a definition of a hassle. So yeah. And these screws are different. They are smaller threads. So okay. And actually, there are even these ones, because I believe that they, for example, in here they're going to plastic, and in here they're going to the metal part. My dog, I'm sorry. Now I have 2 of them, and yeah. There is a screw missing in here, I think. Why? And basically now the hassle starts. You need to remove everything, every single thing, in order to change the faders. This is the definition of horror. So yeah, this motherboard, this entire motherboard, the motor itself, I don't want to do this. So do not want to do this. Okay. If this thing gets screwed up, this is not good at all. You know what? I will be closing this thing, going for a beer, then I'll figure something out. Hi, so believe it or not, I actually opened this controller like 10 days ago, but it was just too hot for anything. So, you know what? This thing actually does not need to be removed. There are 4 like pads that I believe that are screwed in from the other side. So basically, I think I need to remove the platter. But you know what? Let me zoom in a bit and let me show you how this thing actually works. So it's kind of cool. Okay, so I removed this thing. So let me put this thing up. And this is I screwed this thing in before. So let me unscrew it. So basically, I don't know whether you recall HP's printers. And basically, what we have in here, it's kind of cool. You know what? I'll take a photo of it. But anyway, they're like small lines, and there is like a sensor in here, which is, I believe, like they're like 2 diodes, so receiver and the sender. And basically, when you move the platter, this thing moves in one way or another. So that way, the controller knows when you're scratching and speeding up the song and whatever. So kind of cool. Anyway, I'm gonna put this thing back together and flip the controller and try to unscrew, I believe, these 4 screws. And I think then after that we are all good. So let me put this thing back, because I don't want to screw it up. Disassembly of this thing is okay, so there is a screw in here. Yeah. Okay, kind of cool. So let's see whether I can actually remove this thing. Okay, there are, yes, and as you can see, there are 4 screws that actually hold this thing in place. This is awesome. So I think when I unscrew these 4 screws that I will be able to remove the entire assembly. So okay. And as I said, this is this assembly of this thing is yeah. So now I need to see whether this is the everything, or do I need to disassemble more, but yeah. Okay. I mean, this thing actually looks very pretty. So yeah. Kind of cool. So yeah, so these 4 screws hold the this part. And now, well, everything else. So this flat cable needs to go out as well. But first of all, let me unscrew everything. Okay. And there are screws even in here. And my neighbor is cleaning something. Okay, can I unscrew this thing by hand? So this is the part for the headphones. Okay, and yeah, there are like tons of screws in here. I need to see whether something else is holding this thing. I think it's not. Okay, and now we can actually remove the flat cable just by pressing it there. Let's remove these 2. One flat cable, the other flat cable. Okay. And now I need to remove this part, this motherboard as well, so even more screws. Let's remove this thing. And remove this thing. Oh boy. And this thing, and this thing. And this thing. Okay. Thank God that these cables are, one is longer than the other, otherwise this thing would be, well, this thing is harder to disassemble. Now, all of the screws, and there are like hundreds of screws, seriously. Let's see. This is horrific, seriously. This, yeah. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws from this side. And now let's try to remove this motherboard. So far, all of the screws are the same size, which is nice, at least per motherboard. So kind of cool. So these 2 need to be removed as well. Okay, I can remove this thing by hand. Okay, awesome. And I need to remove the fan as well. Okay. So, can I remove this thing as well? So again, this thing, push it up. Okay, this one has been removed, and this is the ground. Can I just pour? Yes. Okay, so these are 2 motherboards that have been removed, which is kind of cool. So I'll remove even this thing as well and place it in here, or in here, so that I don't forget where it goes. First of all, I need to flip it and to remove every single one of those knobs and the body. I still need to
One eternity later.
Okay, now I need to unscrew all of these, which will be eternity.
One eternity later.
Okay. I think that you just pull this thing out. Yeah, this is a switch.
One eternity later.
By the way, this thing is broken. Okay. This is horrific. It really is. Now I'll be removing this thing and we'll changing the faders. Now basically there are 6 solder spots in here, so unsolder it. Now I have this thing, which is kind of neat, but you can use a normal soldering iron and wick. So let's unsolder this thing. So there's one. Now number 2. So as you can see, yeah, somebody fucked up. Okay, and now the new faders. Kind of cool. And as you can see, these ones actually even have like a dust protector, so the old ones do not, and the new ones do. Kind of cool. Okay. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And these ones are actually Alpha, which are a very good brand. So I will be leaving it in the description down below where I bought it. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but I think that these faders are okay. Alphas usually are. Okay. Okay. Now if I can just flip this thing without them falling out. Basically that is it. Now now I have to well, assemble everything, so that will be fun. And now every screw on the planet ever. And as it turns out, you don't actually have to remove the sensor part because it's in here, right? Oh well. And now every screw ever, right? Okay. Now I will be just screwing in a couple of screws just to see whether everything is in place. And let's see whether everything is in place. This actually looks beautiful. Okay. Okay, everything is in place, so let's finish with the screws. So I think that this part goes in here, if I'm not mistaken. And now there are some more screws, so I'm guessing this thing. So this thing basically you just press it in. Okay, so the next thing I will be doing is actually installing the motor, which are actually only 4 screws. and I need to install this cable in here, otherwise this thing will not be working. And I can install these two cables as well, because we are done with this part. So 1 and 2. Basically it's done just by pressing. Let's install the motor itself, which is one beefy motherfucker. Okay. And 4 screws that hold the motor. Okay. And now I can actually put this thing like this and install these 2 screws as well, and install the platter and everything else. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, this thing is repairable, definitely, but not for the faint of heart. Okay. So, beautiful. Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Okay. And now, everything else. Yes. Okay, like this. And basically you just push it in, and you just push the blue ribbon inside. And basically that is it. So it's not that hard. But yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now I should probably test those channels, but I have no idea how to test them. So this thing will be fun, I guess. Okay. This ribbon goes inside, as do all the others do. I will test it. Anyway, same as every other connector, just push it in. Now I need to screw in these 2 screws which go in here. So let's do that. Yes. Okay. This is for the headphones, so basically it goes like this. It's easy. Now the last part, I think that's better. Okay. Now this thing goes in here, because it does. This connector goes in here. So one goes in here, definitely. One goes in here, this is the one for the distance. The fan goes in here. So this thing goes in here. And basically it's not so. This thing goes in here, okay. And now we have only a couple of these, and we can actually not go wrong with them because they are basically cut to length, so we cannot screw it up. Okay. This one goes inside. I'm guessing that I should probably connect this ribbon as well. Oh, this thing looks actually like everything is in place. And now all I need to do is to test it. And yeah. And to be honest, I'm not quite sure where the last metal part goes, but we'll figure it out. Okay.
One eternity later.
Well, to screw this thing in, which I will be doing actually now. So, Okay, and that's it for this part. Now, okay. Now I need to, well, screw everything in here. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. This thing has been assembled. I'm not sure about the angle of the camera, to be honest. If I screw it up, I am sorry. I think I did it, but let's see whether this thing will turn on. Please turn on, don't explode. So something did turn on, but now I need to test it somehow. And I don't have how to test it. Okay, we'll see. I'll figure something out. Well, it did turn on. So yeah, until the next time, if you like this video, please click thumbs up. If you did not, you know what to do, consider subscribing. And that's pretty much it for this video, I think. Bye.